6-piston Brembo brakes. Total output is 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque. What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and enjoying life today. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the 2024 Volvo V60 Recharge. Huge thank you to Mike C over at Beyer Volvo Cars of Dulles, Virginia for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you are interested in this particular V60 or any Volvo product, then I'll be sure to have Mike's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. I've been trying to do a video with a V60 for a very long time, but they are very hard to come by. But it just so happens that today we're doing a video with the best V60 that money can buy, in my personal opinion. So just like usual, first I'm going to talk about the exterior and the performance. So like I said, this is a 2024 Volvo V60 Recharge, and this particular one has been painted in crystal white. I wanted to preface this video by saying for 2024, Volvo added a larger battery to the Recharge, which basically equates to more power and a better electric range. This being the Recharge, it pretty much comes fully loaded. So with that in mind, as standard, you get LED headlights with automatic high beams and active bending lights, as well as LED daytime running lights and LED turn signals. Now, just beneath your headlights, you may notice a little cutout, and that cutout is for your headlight cleaners, which will pop out when you wash your windshield, and they basically spray windshield washer fluid on your headlights to clean them of any sort of debris, like road salt or something like that. Taking a step to the left, I love the way the V60 looks. It looks pretty similar to an S60, which is a good thing. But this one being the Recharge, you do get a gloss black mesh front grille with your Volvo logo located at the center of the grille. You may notice underneath your Volvo lettering, you have a forward-facing camera. That's because the Recharge comes standard with a 360-degree view camera system. Then offset to the right, if you're looking at the car dead on, is where you'll find your Polestar engineered badge. Now, taking a step back, you also do get gloss black lower and outer grills, and you may also notice that you do get 6 forward-facing sensors on the front end of this thing as standard. And then this being the Recharge, it actually is lowered as compared to the Cross Country, because the Cross Country is basically like raised. This is lowered. So the Recharge gets 5.4 inches of ground clearance as opposed to the Cross Country, which is 2.4 inches higher, for a total of 7.8 inches of ground clearance with the Cross Country. Again, this is 5.4 inches of ground clearance. And then also with the Recharge, you get these exclusive wheels, and these are 19-inch gloss black with machine face wheels, and they are wrapped in 235/40 Continental Premium Contact 6 tires. I'll give you a view of the tread pattern on these tires as best that I can. That's what they look like down in there. I love the way that these wheels look. And then you may notice peeking behind those wheels, you will find your 6-piston Brembo brakes painted in gold. They look awesome. You also get that valve stem cap right there, also matched to that brake caliper. And a couple things I wanted to mention that include, you know, some performance things, is that not only do you get those 6-piston Brembo front brakes, you also get stiffer springs and adjustable O-lens dampers for a very sporty ride, or if you want a little bit less of a harsh ride, you can adjust the dampers. And then another thing I wanted to mention, this being a Recharge product, you do get a charge port on your front driver side fender. So when you open that up, that will reveal your J1772 charge port, and that is what she looks like down in there. This does support level 2 charging, and it will go from 0 to 100% in about 5 hours. I know, rather slow. It is a plug-in hybrid. It's not a full electric vehicle. They kind of give you a puny charge port or a charging cable, so kind of charges slow. It is what it is, but you know, it looks pretty sweet, and it's still plenty quick, and it does charge itself a little bit. But coming over to here, also with the Recharge, you get these gloss black mirror caps with integrated turn signals, and as standard, these side view mirrors are heated, power folding. Both mirrors are auto dimming. You will find your memory settings on the inside of the vehicle on your driver's side door panel. So not only is it going to memorize your driver seat settings, it also is going to memorize your outside mirror settings as well, which is definitely very nice if there are multiple people driving the same vehicle. And then you will find your blind spot monitoring on the upper left-hand side of your driver's side mirror and on the upper right-hand side of your passenger side mirror. And then last but not least, you get a camera on the bottom of both of your side mirrors, and that camera works with your 360-degree view camera system that, again, you get as standard with the Recharge. Now, this being a wagon, man, this thing looks sweet here from the side. Again, I'm just kind of giddy because I've been able to do a video with this thing today. It has been a long time coming, and I'm very lucky to be able to do one with the Polestar. At least I feel very lucky to be able to do one. So up top here, you get the gloss black roof rails, you get the gloss black window trim, you get body color door handles with keyless access and illumination. So you see that little thing there and there, that is basically like a puddle light, and it also makes it a little bit easier to grab onto the door handle at night. And Volvo did attempt to make the side skirts look relatively aggressive. I wouldn't even call these side skirts, I'd call these rocker panels. But you can see they put a little crease in the rocker to try to make it look aggressive. Kind of wish they would have made it look a little bit more aggressive, but also at the same time, I kind of like the sleeper-ish look. It doesn't look super sleeper because of the wheels and the brakes, but it looks kind of sleeper. And then you also get the accent brake caliper back here as well. Not quite as cool looking as what you get in the front. But here's a rear 3/4 shot. Again, this thing looks so good. Oh my goodness. Up top here, you get your body color antenna. You get your body color roof spoiler with your integrated third brake light. You also get a rear window defroster. Obviously, you have your rear wiper. LED taillights do come standard with the Recharge and pretty much all the other V60s, or definitely all the other V60s. Here's a little booty shot of this thing. You get chrome badging back here. You get your Polestar engineered badge on the right-hand side of your liftgate. And then underneath your second V is where you'll find your backup camera, right there. And then underneath your L, this vehicle has been optioned with the $200 power liftgate. So you can either put your hand right here, press on that pad, and the liftgate will open up, or you can kick your foot right here and step back and the liftgate will open up. That's the speed that it opens up. And it reveals a decent size hatch area considering the size of this thing. You know, I'm happy with the size of the hatch. You could also put those second row seats down if you need a little bit more storage space. So I can do that for you here. All you're gonna do is push on that, push forward, and then you get an additional, I don't know, 3.5, maybe 4.5 feet of storage space with those second row seats down. You can also see those accent colored seat belts. Again, this thing's just so awesome. And then you also could fold this piece down right here and send your skis through there if you put your center fold down armrest down. So that is that. Coming back, this is your charging cable for this thing. You can see it in the bag there. Then these are just your standard carpeted floor mats. Not going to get a very good view of them because they are in that plastic. Then you also get a little storage cubby on the driver's side of the trunk. You get a light on the driver's side of the trunk as well. You get 4 grocery bag holders, or hooks, grocery bag hooks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You also get a light on the passenger side of the trunk as well as a 12-volt power outlet. This being the Recharge, you do have a battery, so you do not get a spare tire. So when you lift this up, that will reveal your tire inflator kit. So you can see your tire inflator kit back there. You can see that little hump. That's because, you know, gotta put the battery somewhere, right? And that's kind of about it for what we got going on in the trunk area. You also do get a light on the tailgate as well. Press that button and the liftgate will close. Press the other button and the liftgate will close and lock the vehicle. Again, here's a rear shot of this thing, and let's finish things off here at the back end, shall we? So you may notice you get 2 reflectors, you get another 6 parking sensors back here, and a gloss black rear valance. And then on the driver's side of the rear area, if you press on this, you do have to go into the interior here real quick. Speed this up. Press on this button that looks like a gas button, and then you should have access to opening this up. So you do get a capless filler neck. Premium fuel is what it is asking for. And that kind of about does it for the exterior of the V60 Recharge. I love the way that this thing looks. I've probably said that 4 or 5 times by this point, but I'm curious to hear what your opinions are of the looks of this thing in the comments down below. Please let me know. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals that 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder that works with a rear axle mounted electric motor. Total output is 455 horsepower and 523 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission for a 0 to 60 time in 4.3 seconds. And if you were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 31 miles per gallon combined. I wanted to point out a couple things under the hood, and that is because this is where you'll find your adjustment for your Öhlins damper on the driver's side. Same thing over here on the passenger side. Literally all you do is twist it one way, twist it the other way for your desired damping. And then also that is where you will find your front strut brace. So not only does this thing look the go from the exterior's perspective, it also goes the go as well. But if you're enjoying the video so far today, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. I'm on my journey to 100,000 subscribers, and I cannot reach my goal without your support. So if you're enjoying the video, if you've learned anything from the video, please just take a second to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. But with that stuff out of the way, let's move into the interior. Moving on into the interior, as before mentioned, you do get keyless access. So all you have to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and it will unlock. You can also lock it by running your finger across this little box right here, and now it is locked. Here's what the key fob looks like. It's mostly satin black. On this side, you have your panic function, and then on the opposite side, you have your lock function, your unlock function, and your trunk pop function all the way at the bottom. But pressing on that unlock button, let's see what the interior of the Recharge has to offer. So exclusive to the Recharge, you get these sport seats, and this interior is the charcoal Napa leather / leatherette / textile upholstery. So you get some Napa leather, you get the textile, you get the leatherette. Starting with the driver's side door panel though, again, the Recharge comes pretty much fully loaded. So you do get the beautiful Bowers & Wilkins sound system. It sounds great. The speaker system itself looks great. You get 2 memory seat adjustment settings, your unlock and your lock functions, your power side view mirror controls here. If you wanted to power fold in your side view mirrors, you'd have to press the L and the R buttons simultaneously, and they will fold in or out. Then you get automatic up and down windows at all 4 corners. This button right here is for your second row child lock, as well as it also restricts your passenger window privileges. You get a nicely padded armrest, some accent colored stitching, some miscellaneous storage space down there, and another speaker. You do get a brushed aluminum Volvo door sill, as well as power front seats. Both seats are also heated and also very comfortable as well. But stepping on into the interior, I'm going to close the door, take a listen. And now the vehicle is on again. This being a Recharge model, it is a hybrid, plug-in hybrid. So right now we are in electric mode. So now I'm just going to walk you throughout the entire interior, starting with the trunk pop function. So that is to open and or close your power liftgate. This gives you access to your capless filler neck. And if you come down here and you flip that down, that gives you access into your manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel. So you can push the steering wheel away from you, you can bring the steering wheel towards you, and you can also move it up and down until you find your comfortable position. Once it is found, all you gotta do is lock it right back into position. But now let's take a listen to the turn signal. That is what the turn signal sounds like. Not only is this your turn signal control stock, this is also your headlight control stock, your high beam control stock, and your fog light control stock. Then this button right here is to reset your trip information. I'll get into that here in a minute. But up top here, if you flip it up like that, that is going to turn your automatic high beams on. Do that one more time, they turn right back off. Then that is headlights automatic. That is headlights always on. That is parking lights on, and all the way down is headlights off. I like to leave it in automatic. And then one thing that's interesting is that Volvo uses this turn signal control stock with the front fog light button here, even though this vehicle does not have front fog lights. So I've noticed that in a video I did with the S60 Recharge, it was the same thing. So this button is basically a dud button. It does absolutely nothing. However, the button underneath that is for your rear fog light. So if you press that, that is going to turn your rear fog light on, and that button actually does work. But zooming back out, you get a leather wrapped wheel. This wheel is also heated as standard. And just like any other vehicle, you have your horn at the center. So let's take a listen. That is what the horn sounds like on the V60. Now, I did want to mention that you do get pilot assist with adaptive cruise control as standard. So on the left-hand side, you have your adaptive cruise / pilot assist controls. And then on this side of the steering wheel, this is to speak to the vehicle. This is going to switch you between your different modes there on the digital gauge cluster. And then pressing that's going to volume up. That's going to volume down. That is to bring you backwards on a track. That is to bring you forwards on a track. But these buttons double as buttons to control the digital gauge cluster, which I'll show you here in a second. And then this button also is for that digital gauge cluster as well. This is your windshield wiper control stock. And now coming up to here, this is your 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster with 2 display modes, both calm and Navi. So going throughout this, obviously you can see you have your speedometer over there. You got your digital speedometer readout. You got your speed limit sign. That's letting me know that my headlights are on. That's letting me know that the automatic high beams are on. Then up top here, you got your driver assistance stuff, ambient exterior temperature. This lets me know who's buckled and who is not buckled. Then you have your range for your electric motor / battery pack, and then that is your fuel range. And then over here, you got your transmission status stuff. And let's say you floor this little line right here is going to go all the way up, letting you know that you're utilizing 100% of the power that the vehicle can give you. However, let's say, you know, you're braking on an on-ramp that's going downhill. This is going to come down to here, and basically it's going to show you how much the vehicle is regenerative braking, you know, to 100% capacity, 75%, 50%, you know, so on and so forth. You get the idea of what I'm talking about. But that is what that bottom piece is for there. And then that little teardrop right there, you know, if you fire this thing up, basically that teardrop is letting you know that the vehicle is using the fuel and not the electric motor. Now, up top here, you get your beautiful Bowers & Wilkins speaker. It lets you know that it says Bowers & Wilkins right there. And then again, the recharge is loaded up, so you do get a head-up display system. So right now, the head-up display is displaying the digital speedometer readout and the speed limit sign. And that is the head-up display area there. You also do get a tailored dash, some accent-colored stitching. It feels like it's leatherette. And then coming down to here, this is your 9-inch Google-based infotainment system with wired Apple CarPlay, and it also does have Android Auto connectivity. So this is what the screen looks like. If you swipe down, these are basically your different notifications. Swipe back up, you can see your current time. This is your Google Map stuff, Bluetooth media player. This is for my phone, and then you have basically like your Google Assistant down there. If you wanted to go into the secondary screen, you see that 3-box or 4-box thing right there. If you click on that, that brings you into your secondary screen. So you can see all of these different things here. So we can actually go to YouTube. So let's say, you know, you're taking your significant other to the doctor, but you're staying in the car because you don't want to go in. You can go to YouTube on this screen, and you can go to your favorite YouTube channel and watch videos while you are waiting for your significant other to come back out to the vehicle. So I think that is awesome. That's my channel right there. If you want to, hit that subscribe button, but you can see what I'm talking about. You can bring it up on that screen. And again, that is your secondary screen. You get your owner's manual, etc. Then you have that little camera looking thing right there. Again, this being the recharge, it comes loaded. So you do get a 360-degree view camera system. You can go in between your different camera zones. So that's my forward-facing camera. This is my driver side camera. That is my passenger side camera. And then you obviously also have your rear view camera. You can also turn your parking sensors on or off by pushing on that button there. And then you can also turn your reverse automatic braking system on or off by pushing that there. And that's kind of about it for that area. Then down here, again, you do get heated front seats and a heated steering wheel as standard. So if you click that chair looking thing on the driver's side, you get your heated steering wheel with 3 levels of adjustability. You get your heated seat with 3 levels of adjustability. This side doesn't have that little thing that pops up. It basically just gives you 3 red lines. So you get 3 levels of adjustability for that. And then you also may be asking, where are the climate controls? Well, if you click where it says low right there, if you click on that, this is your climate control stack. It pops up throughout the infotainment system. You can pause, take a look at that. You can see your temperature controls. That is that. And then you also have that gear shifter. One thing, this being a recharge, you do get some different, you know, driving settings that you could do as compared to some of the other Volvo products. So you get your different modes. You get your hybrid mode, Polestar mode, pure mode, or constant all-wheel drive. Pure mode is pure electric, obviously. You can also go into your battery usage, hold, charge, all that kind of stuff. So right now, basically the gas-powered motor is charging the electric motor, excuse me, the battery pack, and you can see that little lightning bolt right there. But coming back to here, you get your pilot assist, all the lane keeping aid, all this kind of stuff. Creep is basically whether you want the vehicle to creep forward when you're letting off the brake, so it's not just going to stay in position. And then you can also turn the steering feel to firm. And obviously you have your Bowers and Wilkins stuff. This being a Bowers car, you have 3 different sound modes. You got your studio mode, you got your stage mode, and you have your room mode. Personally, you also have in the room jazz club or concert hall. Personally, I've found to like studio the best. You know, that's just my personal preference. You may, you know, feel differently about that, but that's it for that screen. By the way, this is your physical home button for that screen. And then coming down here, you got your hazard button, you got your front defroster, your rear defroster. That is to go backwards on a track, that is to go forwards on a track. This is your volume control knob, and then pressing that is going to play or pause on a track. You also do get the crystal gear shifter with the recharge. If you wanted to go into reverse, you push forward. If you wanted to go into drive, you pull backwards. If you wanted to go into battery mode, which is kind of like your one pedal driving mode, you pull back one more in drive. And then you can downshift by pushing to the left, upshift by pushing to the right, and then push P to go back into park. You get 2 cup holders here. This is to start the vehicle or stop the vehicle. You twist it to the right. Electronic parking brake. If you wanted to disengage your electronic parking brake, you have to push your foot down on the brake, push against that, and then the electronic parking brake will disengage. And then this is your auto hold function. So let's say you're on I-95, you're stuck in traffic. If you press that, the vehicle will hold you in place by itself with its braking system by the push of that button there. Again, 2 cup holders. You can close those cup holders off if you wanted to. You get a nicely padded armrest. Then opening this thing up, you really don't have all that much storage space in here. Basically, you could set your key fob there if you wanted to. You can see it fits perfectly down in there. Then back here, you get a 12-volt power outlet and 2 USB-C ports. But really, you don't have really all that much storage space down underneath here. So closing that back up, this is what that side of the dash looks like. I love this aluminum accent color trim. Not only does it match to the Bowers & Wilkins sound system very nice, it just adds, you know, a sporty feel here to the interior. I felt the same. I just did a video with an S60 Black Edition and it had that same interior trim. Again, I just love the way that that looks. You do not get a lockable lower glove box, but that's the amount of storage space that you get in the glove box. Auto dimming rear view mirror. You do get your home link at the bottom of it. So if you own a house with 3 different garage bays, you can open up those 3 different garage bays individually with those 3 buttons there. Then you get your Volvo on-call stuff, basically like your roadside assistance stuff. That lets you know if your passenger airbag is on or off. Driver gets a light, passenger gets a light. Both are LED. This is your instant dome light on button to turn on all the interior dome lights. Then if I click that again, they all turn back off. And then obviously you get a panoramic roof as standard with a shade. So if you just swipe forward on that, you can see the shade is going to come back. Obviously the sunroof does not only slide, but it also does tilt as well. Let's see how far the sunroof itself opens up. That's about there. Do we get it to go any further back? Okay, if you double swipe on it, it will go a little bit further back. But I'm going to close that back up, and while that is closing, I'm going to show you, you get a vanity mirror, a vanity light, a spot you can set a small little paper product, but this visor itself does not slide forwards or backwards. It is fixed in position. And then if you wanted to, back to the sunroof, if you wanted to tilt it, all you would do is press right there and the sunroof will tilt. Then just swipe your finger forward and it will close back up. Swipe it forward one more time and the shade will start to close the pano roof up from light. OPU panel on the driver's side, OPU panel on the passenger side. I love the accent colored seatbelt. I think that just really looks awesome here on the interior. All the seatbelts get it. I love the way that it looks. It makes the interior just feel really, really special when you get an accent color seatbelt. I know it's a small little thing, but it really does make a big difference if you're trying to make, you know, a vehicle feel and look sporty. So I love it. I think this thing is awesome, and it's exceeded my expectations so far, the V60. I think it's awesome. So a couple things I wanted to tell you that you get as standard, because this thing gets everything is standard. You get the Bowers & Wilkins sound system, you get the heated front seats, the heated steering wheel, the heated outboard second row seats. You also get the pilot assist with adaptive cruise control, the head-up display, the 360-degree view camera system, the crystal gear shifter. Again, it comes loaded up. So now I'm gonna throw the entire window sticker on screen. You can take a look at whatever you want to. You can take a look at the one option this vehicle has. You can take a look at where it says what you get with the Polestar engineered area. It basically tells you the stiffer springs, the adaptive dampers, or the adjustable dampers, excuse me, and you know, the sway bar, or excuse me, the stiffer springs, etc. But I'm just going to highlight the MSRP. So the MSRP of the way that this particular 2024 V60 Recharge Polestar engineered is spec'd is $72,645. And comparing this to like a Mercedes station wagon, I think this looks better. I think you get more for your money. It's plenty quick, and if you want it like something that's quick as this in a Mercedes product, you're spending over 100 grand, you know, for an AMG. But I do want to show you what we got going on here in the rear seats before moving into the driving portion of the video. So I'm gonna have to fold this seat up here, push that forward a little bit. You want to grab onto the seatbelt first and then close this so the seatbelt doesn't get caught behind the seat. But this is what the rear door panel looks like. Again, automatic up and down second row windows. They go nearly all the way down, just not quite. Again, automatic up. You get your lock button there. This fancy speaker surround, storage space, another speaker down there. This is what your second row seats look like. I love the accent colored seat belt. Now stepping on into the interior back here. This thing is so cool, man. There's so much room back here because it's a wagon. I just did a video with a V60 and this feels just so much more spacious. So up top here, you get your OPU handle, a spot you can set your dry cleaning. Not quite sure what that is, but you also get a dome light right here. And then coming down, you also do get, excuse me, an HVAC vent on your B pillar. You get a seat back pocket behind the driver's seat. It is mesh. And then over here, you get two USB-C ports. You get heated outboard second row seats with 3 levels of adjustability. You get a seat back pocket also behind the front passenger seat. You get the same stuff on that side. You get a center fold down armrest here with 2 cup holders. You may be asking where the cup holders are. Well, you press right here and that reveals your 2 cup holders. That is that. And then when it comes to knee and leg room, me being 5'9", I've got plenty of knee and leg room here, as you may be able to tell. Here's another view of my knee and leg room. And when it comes to headroom, I've got plenty of headroom. I mean, I probably have, you know, 4 inches of headroom left over as well. But you know, we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, and now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I'll see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, now on to the driving portion of the video where I always start my videos here. We go over these speed bumps at 5 miles an hour and then I rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. It's about 5, 6-ish. One thing I've noticed about the Recharge Polestar engineered is that it definitely has a stiffer suspension. Here, watch. This thing is very quick. Very, very quick. It definitely has a stiffer suspension than you know, if this wasn't a Recharge and this wasn't a Polestar engineered. But the Polestar engineered, man, it really brings it to the next level. Here, if we had more battery power, which we felt like we had some pretty insane battery power after that second speed bump, this thing would be quicker. But right now we have 0 miles of electric range, so I don't think we're getting the full potential of this thing. But even as it is right now, it's pretty crazy. It is very quick. And you know, by looking at the exterior, it kind of looks like it would go that quick. But I was gonna say, to somebody who doesn't really know about this, I don't think that they would think that it is all that crazy powerful. You know what I'm saying? I forgot to put the D tag out, so I had to go and do that real quick. But back to what I was saying, man. If you didn't know cars very well, let's say you put yourself in that person's situation, maybe they know cars because it's a Hemi, but maybe you don't know cars, right? And you see one of these, you'd be pretty unassuming, right? But to those that know, you know what I'm saying? this thing, it's awesome. It really is awesome. Like the power is just, it's there. And especially one thing that I'm not really a big electric car person, but I like hybrids because it's the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? You get that instant torque hit, but then you get the sound of the engine. So I want you to hear what this thing sounds like cruising at about 52, 53 going over these bridge joints. Take a listen to the road and the wind noise. It is well insulated from the outside world. It does seem a little bit louder than the S60 I did a video with just a little bit ago. You know, road and wind noise wise, I just feel like that. But man, this thing is just, it's really, really good. You know what I'm saying? It's really good. It's very powerful. And I wish it sounded better. But that doesn't really matter because it doesn't sound awful. But it doesn't sound amazing. But it's so quick that it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? At least you get some engine noise. So here you go. Here's a little acceleration. When that motor unleashes and it's got the electric power, it's like, oh, hold on. Hold on. Now I'm going to go into here. Driving, we're going to put ourselves into the Polestar mode. So basically what I'm going to do is go. Very quick. Very quick, man. Oh my gosh. This thing is, it's fun to drive, and I like hearing like the whoosh and a little bit of like the blow off valve. When you're in boost and you let off, it goes whoosh. It's pretty cool, man. This thing, it's fun. So if you go back into B mode, it's basically like one pedal driving. So now when I let off, it's slowing the vehicle down right off the bat. It's not totally one pedal driving, but it's very similar to one pedal driving. You can also downshift like I'm doing right now, and I'm just clicking the gear shift to the left. So once this light turns green, we're going to get on it here. I'm going to leave it in drive, let the vehicle upshift and do its thing. But I love the way it looks. It's very comfortable. I'm a big fan of the way that Wagons look personally, and I think if you're watching this video, you probably are too. And I think this is one of the best looking Wagons on the road today. It really is, and that's why I've been trying to do a video with one for such a long time, is because I think they look great, and I'm very lucky to be able to do one with the Polestar. You know, this is obviously like the dream to do a video with this one as compared to like the cross country, and I just got lucky with it today because, again, these things are very hard to come by. Here's floored. Off the line with the electric assist, it is so quick. It really, really is quick, and it almost like kind of dies off the higher you get up in speed. Like around, I'd say 45 is when it starts to die off, and you can kind of feel the power dying off a little bit. Maybe that's because we don't have any really battery power. I mean, we're pretty much dead on the battery, it's showing me. So if we had a full charge, I think it would be even quicker than it is now. But even with it being like what it is right now, it is very, very, very quick, very fun to drive. I love this thing. It's exceeded my expectations, and I had, you know, some nice expectations going into it. So if that says something, you know, it should. Handling wise, oh my goodness, it remains flat. Very fun wagon to drive for sure. The brakes are also great. I kind of do wish, actually no, the brakes are pretty solid. I wish it had a little bit more of a brake bite. You know, I wish the brakes were a little bit stronger, but I got no complaints really. You know what I'm saying? It's overall, it's so good. I don't know what else to say. You know, it's comfortable. It looks the go. It goes the go. And it's a wagon. You know, wagons are dying, and Volvo is still making a bad bleep wagon that they're still selling, even though these things are rare as heck. If you're on the fence about getting one, just get one. I mean, how much longer are they going to make this? You know, and it's a wagon. You're going to be unique on the road. You know, I've seen one of these driving one time when I was at a video at another location, and I saw a red one turning and ripping, and I was like, oh my gosh, man, that thing, it looked so good. It really, really looked so good. It has a presence. I'll say that, and that's what I'm going to end it with. But that's it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. That is a Land Cruiser Heritage. Give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section down below, and hit that subscribe button. The likes and comments in particular look very good for my channel in the YouTube algorithm, and that is what helps me grow. Subscribers, obviously, it's kind of just a number, but I really am trying to hit 100,000 subscribers. So if you enjoyed the video, please do those 3 different things. But that's it for today's video. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.